What's going on, guys? So today we'll take a look at this budget-friendly fitness tracker by Havit. Alright guys, so Havit did send over this for me to do a review of, but we had no prior agreement whether I should do a positive or negative review. It's my own thoughts on this product. And like I said, this is a budget-friendly fitness tracker. This is going to cost you right around $21 on the website. They contacted me, see if I wanted to review it, and I was like, sure, why not? Let's go ahead and check it out. So let's go ahead and check it out. So first off, this is the watch right here. It's one of those slim fitness tracker bands that has a lot of options, but we'll talk about it down here. Let's go ahead and take a look at it over here. All right, so this is a watch right here. You guys can see it does have a nice screen. I will say that there's an issue with this in daylight. So if you are looking at this in daylight, it's gonna be hard to see, especially if you're outside. So indoors, it looks pretty good, but outdoors, it's not gonna look the greatest. And also you can see right there, the plastic screen is already kind of smudging on me. So you can see right there's a ton of scratches. I've used this for about a month already. So the one thing that really got it to get smudged up and messed up is I sprayed some mosquito spray on myself, and then it got on the plastic over here, and that's what really messed up this screen. So now you can see it has a ton of smudges on it. But otherwise, the screen looks great. I just wish they used better material on the screen so it doesn't have all this smudging over here. But it is only $21, so what can you say about that? So the way that you do navigate this watch is by this button. This is the only button. It's kind of a touchscreen button over here. So if you press that, you could navigate through all the menus, and that's how you would do that. And let's go ahead and talk about the menus over here. The first menu is going to be your watch face, and you have 3 different watch faces. So if we click on it, hold it down, you can see that there's this watch face, this next watch face, and then this last watch face. So there's the watch faces that you have. There's not a ton of them, but I think the ones that they do have are good looking watch faces. And then we go to the by temperature. For me, the by temperature was pretty accurate. So if I do put it on my skin, you can see it's measuring 97.4, 97.3. I would say that's right around where I'm at. For steps, I compared it to my Garmin, and it was the same amount of steps as my Garmin. The mileage is what it will get through the steps. The calories, again, same thing as the steps. For the heart rate, I found that it was pretty accurate as well. It measured the same to my Garmin. So if you trust your wrist-based heart rate monitors, this one is just gonna work just as well as my Garmin Venue 2. This is where I had an issue with its accuracy. This is the blood pressure. So for me, I put it on, it told me that I have a pretty low blood pressure, but generally I do have high blood pressure, so this is not accurate at all. I don't see how it can measure your blood pressure through a wrist heart rate monitor. So I would not get this for or trust it with measuring my blood pressure. The next thing is the SpO2, pulse ox. It always read pretty high, so let's see right here. It reads 99%, which is good, and that's where it should be. But if we are comparing it to the blood pressure monitoring, I wouldn't trust it as well. And then we go to the next one. This is going to be your sports profiles. It does have a bunch of different sports profiles that you can choose from. With that, you want to open your app. So if you open up the app, which is this JU Pro right here, if I open that up, you can see the different sports profiles. So right here, you go to exercise. This is the different sports profiles you can get: walk, run, cycling, hiking, and swim. And if you start it on your phone, like if I started this right now on my phone, it's going to use my phone's GPS to get the distance. So that's the cool thing. You can connect it through Bluetooth to your phone to get a distance. As far as the data that it gives you, it's not going to be the greatest data, but you will get your distance and pace. And then while we're here on the app, it also has these other notifications. You have an activity reminder. It'll tell you whenever if you want to move, which is actually an annoying thing. I turned that off. Your water drinking reminder, again, something that's very annoying, and your medicine reminder. One feature that this does have, this is pretty smart, is a remote selfie. So if you turn that on, your watch will connect to it, and it will be able to take a picture of whatever. And I'm just clicking away, and I can take pictures of whatever I want. So there you go. So I do like that feature. And that's pretty much for the app. You can see right here, the app is going to tell you your calories burnt per day, your distance and duration. It also does have sleep. It will tell you if you have deep sleep, light sleep, or when you're awake. So pretty cool features for a watch that's only 22 bucks. And I saw the data, compared it to my Garmin, and it was pretty good. So if you want to measure your sleep, it does have pretty simple features for sleep tracking. All right, and then The next thing we'll have, if we go to after the sports, is gonna have messaging. So this does have messaging notifications. It will notify you of, let's see, like if I hold it down, see, it tells me when my friends message me, my Instagram, my Facebook. It will notify you of your messages. You cannot reply to them. You will be able to see what they wrote on there, but you cannot reply to them. So pretty basic, but it doesn't notify you of every little thing on your phone like other, smarter and more expensive watches, such as the Polar watches. The Polar watches will notify you of everything. This one will only notify you of pretty much the stuff that you want to be notified of. So that's one of the good things about it. And then if you go past the notifications, you have this more settings. So if you go there, you'll see it has a stopwatch. It has find your phone. Again, I wish that more expensive watches had this. This is a feature that I really like, find your phone. And that's gonna be it. And then you can turn it off. All right, so that's basically this Havit watch. What is the battery life on this watch? They say on their website, it says about 11 to 15 days on standby. I'm not getting that at all. I'm getting about 3 to 4 days of use with it with my notifications turned on and using it as a step tracker. So 3 to 4 days is what I'm getting. Again, you could charge it by just taking this out. So the way that you charge it is by slipping it out of here. And you guys can see it has this little USB port over here. So you can plug this into any type of USB port and it'll be fully charged in about 2 hours. So that's basically the watch. Who is this watch for? I think this watch is gonna be for somebody who wants fitness tracking and looking for a good deal. This is not gonna be for your runner out there who wants GPS, but you do have to connect to your phone. That is a nice feature that does have, but I would rather have a watch that has GPS on it already. This is basically for somebody just starting their fitness journey. It's a good startup point at a budget price. Maybe for a kid or somebody who doesn't really want all the technology, but just wants to have a good step tracker, and this definitely does that. All right, so what are my pros and cons of this Havit M9007T? My pros are gonna be, it's a good step tracker, and it's also a budget-friendly step tracker. I do like that it has some smart features such as Find My Phone, and you can take pictures with your phone with it, but my cons are gonna be the inaccuracy of the blood pressure monitor and the pulse ox. If they say that it has it on there, I think that it should be pretty accurate. From my findings, it's just not as accurate as I would have it. The heart rate monitor and the temperature, I find that they are pretty accurate, but those other two, blood pressure and pulse ox, I wouldn't trust it. Another con is going to be this glass that it has on it, or plastic really. This thing scuffs pretty easily. I can see this after a year's use being almost unreadable because it has so many scuffs up on it, especially if you spray it with off, which I did, and it really messed it up pretty good. So I just give this a meh rating. If it did have glass on it or something that was more scratch resistant, I would give this a Goku Runner's thumbs up. But still, this is really gonna be something that's not gonna be the greatest on this watch for sure, that this thing smudges so easily. All right, guys, that's gonna be my rating, just a meh rating for me. It's a solid fitness tracker, $22, $21. Maybe something you wanna give as a stocking stuffer to somebody, but at the end of the day, this is just gonna get a meh rating from me. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review of this Havit M9007T fitness tracker. And if you guys did, leave me a comment, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.